Well, hello there, Inga Faye here. Super excited to be here with you guys today. Well, we are winding the year down, um, and this is definitely a time of reflection. So, I wanted to talk about this time of reflection because I know a lot of you are kind of thinking through what are you going to do different in 2025? How are you going to run your business differently? How are you going to um, just market yourself differently, just really the different things that you want to do to level up your business. Those are the things that are going through your mind. After we get through the Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever holiday that you celebrate, you really have that time to reflect because of it being at the very end of the year. So in lieu of that, I just kind of wanted to talk to you about your reflection and to help you do what I call clear the cache. So for those of you that don't know what cache is just built up past data that can stay in a queue that regardless of what you change, it does not change unless you clear the cache, that you get rid of the old and allow the new to come in. That's basically what it is. So when you think about cache, typically you think about this is affiliated to computers when you are working on something new. It could be a landing page, it could possibly even be a website. And even though that you have made the changes or revisions to your website or landing page, for whatever reason, when you go and do like a preview, you don't see the changes that have been made. And it's because of this built up data, this past memory that has not been erased. And because it hasn't been erased, it's not allowing the new ideas and innovation and creativity to come in. So that's why we call it clearing the cache. I know many of you probably heard of that. If your computer is not acting right, they tell you, oh, it's probably you need to clear the cache. And then once you clear the cache, you get rid of all the old memory. It's going to allow that new memory to come in so you can really excel. So with that said, I wanted to kind of give you some things to think about when it comes down to this reflection that I know you guys are going through. What I would recommend, and I got this from my coach, I'm not going to say that this is something that I did on my own, but I really think this is definitely something that you want to kind of think through. Is you want to get a sheet of paper and you want to write down 3 things: financial, environment, and emotional IQ. And when you think about 2024, I want you to write down the things that work for you financially, that work for you in your environment, that actually work with you with your emotional IQ. Then after that, you're going to write down the things that did not work for you. So whatever did not work for you, you're going to make that reflection and write that down on a piece of paper. And then last but definitely not least, you're going to write down the things that you want to continue to do. Now, the reason I say that is because I'm sure you guys know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So I'm really wanting you to take the time to reflect and really be able to determine what you're going to do differently in the incoming year so that you can make the necessary changes now and get this implementation started before the new year comes in. So you're actually moving into the new year in action more so than just waiting for it to come, as typically people do. So you're going to take an evaluation of where you currently are, and then based on where you currently are, what you've done in the past, you're going to then do a same sheet and determine what you're going to do differently based on what you want to do. Because I'm sure that at the beginning of the year of 2024, you had certain goals that you were reaching towards. One, first and foremost, that you can think about, well, did you actually achieve what you wanted to achieve in 2024? And if you didn't, why didn't you? Okay, this is not a time to get down on yourself. This is not a time to I wish I should have, would have, could have done this. This is a time for you to make a plan and then put it into action. And not just talk about it, to actually do it. You got to do the thing. I have that actually on my computer. Do the thing, Inga. Because all plans and all this planning stuff can be great, but if you don't put it into action, it's a total waste of your time, and it's not going to help you get to your desired promised land. So you really want to make sure that you take this time to reflect. So that's the first thing that I want to recommend to you, is to reflect on 2024. Then after you reflect on 2024, then you can truly figure out where you want to go in 2025 and how you're going to measure, and the key word is measure, those desires, so you can monitor that as you go into 2025. And this is on a daily basis that you do what's called cashing out. If there's a certain thing that you were supposed to do at that day or today, for example, you can, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, this is what I'm planning to do. And then the next part of it is, did I do that? And you're basically holding yourself accountable for that. Now, I know oftentimes we can let ourselves out of the commitment that we say that we're going to do because we were tired or the kids got sick or something else happened. But at the end of the day, what I want you to do is you keep it in front of you, then you're going to make sure that you do it, because that's what we do. We have a tendency to drift and not really be honed in to know exactly what we're doing and how we're going to get there to our desired promised land. And if we keep it in front of us, then that's what's going to help us stay focused and stay alert on what's going on. Now, if for those of you that don't have an accountability partner or even a mastermind where you have people that are like-minded, that are big thinkers, that are really wanting to do big things, and they want to be around people that want to achieve big things too, because when you're around a whole bunch of big thinkers and they tell you about the things that they're doing and how they're doing it, it really makes you say, well, wow, if Susie Q can do that, I know I can do that too. So we want to make sure that we take the time to also evaluate the people that we're hanging out with. So it's not just about what you did and what you want to do, but it's also an evaluation of the people that we want to hang out with. And then this again is a time to clear the cache of the people that are not helping you get to your desired promised land. If they're negative Nancy's and negative Neds, these are not the people that you want to be around, because they're going to be pulling you down more so than encouraging you and lifting you up. So make it a point to take that time out and be cognizant of not only the things that you haven't or want to do, but also the people that you want to hang out with. And then last but definitely not least, once you decide where you are and where you want to go, you have what's called this gap in between, where you really want to decide how you're going to get from point A to point B. And it does have a lot to do with the people that you're hanging out with. It does have a lot to do with the systems that you have in place to actually run your business. It does have a lot to do with the vision that you have for your business and how you're going to level up to get there, and keeping that vision in front of you so you can constantly be integrating and innovating and creating different ways to help you get to the desired promised land. And then make you think about, okay, well, what kind of training can I take, or what kind of coach or mentor can I have that knows how to do something that I really feel that is essential to get me to my desired promised land, to help me lessen the learning curve. Instead of going through all the trials and tribulations that person went through, they can help me get there faster because of the experiences that they've had prior to this. So be thinking about that as well, because all of that's going to play into how 2025 can become the best year yet for you, and that you're in this path of evolution, constantly working to improve, and you can see it in the results of your environment, the finances that you've created, as well as the emotional IQ that you have further expanded as a result of the people that you're hanging out with, the goals that you have, and then the mentorship that you're getting to get you there quicker. So we have one more time to meet before the end of the year. I really want you to take this time to reflect. And depending on when you're watching this video, even if you're watching it in January, this is still a time to reflect because it's at the beginning of the year. So anything that you want to make happen, you have time to make it happen. You just want to make sure that you're in the right mindset, clearing that cache of that negative stinking thinking, that you have the right people that you're hanging out with that are like-minded, encouraging and uplifting and telling you that you can do it. And then that you have the mentorship that's going to help you lessen that learning curve to help you get to that promised land that much faster. And if you're looking for lead generation or sales process systems and strategies on how to grow your business as an introvert, I would love to assist you. And that's why I have that going across the bottom of the screen to see if we are a good fit to work together. The fitting call is something that's free. It's just a matter of setting something up. It's only a 15-minute call. We meet on the phone, so it's not even a Zoom. And it's really just for us to figure out, are we a good fit? And if we aren't, no big deal. I do have folks in my network that could possibly help you. Or I could direct you. I mean, if you knew of somebody and you wanted to get my opinion on, we could do that as well. But I wanted to make sure that I at least offered that to you, especially since this is definitely the time of reflection and you may want to be thinking about doing something different for 2025. So if I can assist, just know that I am just a call away, and we can set up that call between now and the 31st and really decide if we are a good match. Or even if you're watching this after the 31st, we still can do that as well. That call, that link will still work. Okay. All right. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And in the meantime, between time, make sure you do your sheet. Find out what you've done financially, what kind of environment you've been in, what kind of thing that you've done for your emotional IQ that you want to either continue to do or eliminate and do something different. Okay. All right. Bye for now. We'll see you next week.